Alrighty, welcome guys. This is King Draken, and I am going to be starting on the artwork for the Epic Duel Halloween contest that will be ending in about 4 days. Since today's the 1st of November, I believe it ends on the 5th of November. And although the artwork contest, well, I shouldn't say artwork contest, it's actually just a contest. Although it's mainly for pumpkin carving, that means you gotta carve a pumpkin. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be doing that. I'm just gonna be doing artwork. Doesn't even matter if I win or not. I just thought it was a fun little project to do. So I decided to go ahead and do it. And as you can see, someone is being run over by a Tesla car, and I'm pretty sure you can imagine who that is. So what you see here is actually my first draft that I finished somewhere around noon yesterday. But then, like I said on Facebook and Twitter, my niece and nephew a niece and cousin, they're about 6 years old, a couple months apart. They wanted to play and study, so I decided to postpone my artwork, and by doing so, I ended up having more time to work on it. So I ended up with something like this. I did some more details on who this dead person actually is. And as you can see, this is later on in the evening at about 11:30. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on, and fortunately I was able to add in some more details. Otherwise I would have had to do that in the computer itself, which is a little bit more difficult since I have to work with a mouse. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this basic concept. There's going to be I forgot to take a picture of the other side of the page, which had Musk on there, Elon Musk, or at least an outline of the body. But anyway, the basic premise of the artwork is that Elon Musk is driving one of his Tesla vehicles, and he runs over Chairman Platinum, killing him, or rendering him lifeless. But he's still, I guess he's still conscious, but he's paralyzed, can't move. Basically to mirror what's going on in Epic Duel right now. Everybody's finished the event, and Platinum has basically been defeated, so that will be the premise here. And I'll try to work in my name somewhere in the artwork. Hopefully getting some pumpkins in there. I'll probably put them in one of these circles here. Anyway, enough chatter. Let's get into the artwork. So we're not going to be needing this, so let's close that and keep that up. The other raw. Okay, these are let's close this first. Excuse me, make it invisible. So these are more close-ups of everything, and a lot of you have been wondering why I take pictures of my artwork and of my sketches, why I take pictures of them instead of just scanning it. And the simple answer is that my scanner doesn't work anymore. So that's that. You gotta improvise. Anyway, let's focus on, actually let's get out the other so I can get a close view of everything. And these are the references, just to show you guys. These are my references. I have found a cool looking car here that I decided to draw half of, and I intend to flip that half after I finish drawing it, flip it to make the whole car. So it went with that. I'm not going to be doing Elon Musk because he's a little bit too difficult, and pumpkin there for future references. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, but just going to have it there. Alright, so I'm going to get started on the car since that's the easiest, and I'll get that Musk in there later and get to that guy later. Alright, so let's get started. We're gonna have to get a red thing so I can see the lines. Needs to be 0.25. Oops, what's going on here? Don't need action script. right, everything's set. So let the drawing begin. Alright, let's get a nice curved line right there. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna actually end up having to do this. Gonna have to curve that edge like so. Probably have to zoom in. Just like so. And this is gonna be a long process, you know, so if you intend to watch the entire video, I recommend that you get some popcorn or something, you know, to just so you're not entirely bored, you know, because you're just going to be seeing me drawing lines for a little while. And I don't really feel like doing a time lapse, because then I'd have to add music, and then there's going to be copyright issues. Yeah, I just don't want to do all that. Alright, so I'm gonna need a nice curve up here, just like so. And I can pull these down into it. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be. Alright, so I guess while I'm doing this, I'll you know, discuss some other things that some of you might be interested in. And one of the major things that came up recently is on Facebook. Apparently well, I should say one person, one individual that used to be somewhat of a good friend, who's now been showing his true colors. Apparently this individual has been making claims, some really false and outlandish claims about me. I didn't get to see exactly what he said because prior to saying what he said, or prior to me viewing what he said, he blocked me from that account of his. But another account of his still has me on there. So anyway, he's been going on about how I'm racist and all sorts of other things, which is complete crap, complete nonsense. Because anyone who really knows me knows that I do not hate any particular racial group. I myself am considered a minority in this country, in the US. But the bottom line is, I don't hate anyone for any reason, you know, unless you're a complete douche and go around, you know, spreading false rumors, you know, for whatever reason. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the fact that one of our last conversations pertained to how his particular religion treats women. And this, you know, stemmed from a picture that he showed me of his college apparent classroom, and all the women in there were wearing these things on their heads. And I just asked some questions about it because I thought the country he was in was more secular than certain other countries, so didn't expect all the women in the picture to be wearing those things. But his particular claim was that no, they're not forced to wear it. You know, they choose to wear it. And, you know, but that may be true. You know, I wasn't arguing the fact that they may have chosen to wear it or not. The whole point of the thing is that the social pressure that they may have felt in order to wear it which do exist. I am fairly aware that there are societies out there, mainly in the Middle East, that do pressure women into wearing these things, and if they don't, then they're looked upon differently, you know. So I'm not here to, you know, make fun of your religion or whatever. You know, I myself don't have one for very good reasons, which I don't really feel like discussing here. But, you know, if you decide that a religion is good for you, then all fine, you know, fine by me. Go ahead, you know, do your thing. But if you expect people to respect your religion, then you yourself need to respect other people's decision. You know, you cannot demand, you know, respect from someone without, you know, being able to respect others' positions as well, you know. But this individual I'm talking about, he knows who he is, and most other people do. He has a very low tolerance for other people's views, and it was made apparent in that post or rant he had about me being a racist and whatnot. Like I said, I haven't seen his actual comments, but that's what I could register from what other people have said to me and from the comments they responded with. Anyway, long story short, he's basically been avoiding me. I sent him a message saying, well, if you have something on your mind, let me know, something of that sort, and still hasn't responded. And you'd think, you know, if somebody has that on their mind, they'd respond, you know, get it off their chest or whatever. Anyway, enough about that guy. Let's just focus on this here. Gonna need some good lines here. Alrighty, it's looking good so far. Gonna have a nice slight curve here, and then a much bigger curve up here. Looking good. Alrighty. Let's see, maybe this should be like a curve. Maybe. I'll curve that later, maybe. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Okay. Oh, I probably shouldn't say this. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Let's just keep that a secret for now. A lot of people recently, I should say, some people recently have been learning a lot more about me. And as most of you know, I don't really reveal much about myself. One person that I've been friends with for quite a while now, an Epic Duel related friend, just found out that me and him are from the same country, you know, so it just goes to show you how little I reveal about myself, you know, and that's for a good reason. You know, you may reveal certain things about yourself, and, you know, someone ends up using it against you. Let's see. Let's try to drag this down here without ruining that previous line. And try to do something nice here. Oh, I did mention in one of my previous videos that I've been job hunting, that's going okay so far. I've had quite a few hits, but you know, it's a steady process. Still applying. But I may still I may still keep, you know, all that I do on the internet, even after getting a job, you know, because it's a very good tool for me, and I've been doing this for about 6 years now, so it's a very good tool for me, a very good source of income, and potentially a great source of income if you have enough money to invest, you know. And that's been one of my major issues since I started, you know, doing internet marketing and all that stuff, is just having the money to invest in new ideas, you know. So I've had several websites that I owned, you know, and monitored and maintained and designed and stuff like that. Not in that particular order I just listed, but you get the point. You know, I've had my own websites, had my own businesses running, and I understand the potential, you know, of having these virtual things going for you. So more than likely, once I start working and earning, you know, even more money to work with, I'll be doing a whole lot more stuff, you know, probably things that you guys won't know about. But there is one thing that I've been trying to work on for quite a few years now. I believe I mentioned it about 2 years ago that I had a big surprise. Some of you might remember that, you know, but most of my viewers who heard about it then are probably long gone or not really into Epic Duel anymore. But anyways, yeah, I mentioned back then that I had a big surprise for you guys, but it turned out that I didn't, you know, I wasn't prepared to commit to that, you know. Had the idea, just didn't have the funds, you know. Alright, I think I screwed this up. This isn't supposed to be a solid line, but I'll get back to that. And so yeah, but I've been, you know, getting back to it recently, with the expectations of additional revenue coming in. I've been getting back to that idea, plotting down what I want to do with that website, you know, and hopefully make it into a thriving business. You never know. We'll see. Still want to, you know, have enough time to work on other projects that I've been promising. I've decided to, with the Draken movie, I've decided to go ahead and actually get some work done on a preview of what my expectations are for it, and hopefully that preview could serve as like a pilot or something that I could use to present to any networks out there willing to, you know, hear what I have to offer, and hopefully that eventually lands me a slot, I guess you could say, to get my anime that I would love to call it, but more than likely to be called cartoon. Hopefully get that on the air in the US, probably worldwide eventually. Right now that's just a dream, working towards it. Okay, I probably shouldn't have bent those lines. Maybe just the bottom line. Let's zoom out and check it out. Not bad, a good start. I'll put in that other one later. Let's get these circles in. Oh, zoomed in too much. I'm trying to work a little bit quicker than usual because I know it's going to take a long time. Probably about 2 hours to complete this, you know. So I'm just trying to work as quickly as possible without, you know, screwing up or talking too much without doing anything. Let's see. I might change this thing right here, the side view mirror, the side mirror. Alright, so let's see. I'll do the Tesla thing later and the Musk thing later. Don't really need this area here. So what I'm gonna do now is zoom out to about 90% maybe. Yeah, that's good enough. And I am going to select everything up to the center. That guide, that line down the center right there, that's what I'm gonna go for. And hopefully everything kind of lines up properly. Alright, so I'm gonna copy that. Actually, let's just move this a couple over there. So I moved it 3, so that's about 30. Actually, that's more than 30 pixels. So anyway, move it back over there by 3, copy, paste, and then modify, transform, and flip horizontal. We're gonna drag this over here. May need to adjust some lines. Actually, I probably should have looked at the Y position. So the Y is 30.8. All right, so that's where it begins, I guess you could say, in the Y axis. So we're gonna flip this again, and then we're gonna change that Y to 30.8. So at 58.8. So it'll be nice and even. Oops. And then just move that over there. Alright. Let's see. Let's zoom into 800 there. So you can get the lines nice and on point. Looks like they should go up, but just leave it like that. They look like they connect straight down the middle. Everything looks like it's connecting. So let's zoom out, and I may need to adjust a few things. Okay, the seats are kind of far apart, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go to 50% and show up the references. Yeah, it does. Yeah, the seats are fine. The seat's fine. Alright, so that computer in the center, you probably can't see from way out here. There's a sweet looking computer right there. I might add that in there. Yeah. But then again, the Musk is going to be in the driver's seat looking back with his hands in with his left hand in the air. So he might end up covering the computer. But I'm just going to add it, because right now it's just going to be 2 lines. Let's double check. It was right here on the inside of that beginning arc. Okay, so I know where it's supposed to be. Alright, so it's a line about right here going straight down. Let's just go straight down, and about a line right here going straight down. Okay, and let's get rid of those extras. Alright, it may not be perfect, but that's what I'm going to work with for now. Okay, and there's an obvious distance at the top there, and we can just do that. Make a slight curve. Come on now. Alright, slight curve is good. Alright, so we'll work with this. Just have to start putting in some base colors. Excuse me. I should probably switch it up, because I'm gonna have someone in the driver's seat, so I'm gonna need to remove some things, but let's just add in the base color for now. I'm gonna go with simple gray. This is gonna be for border stuff. Let's see. Stuff that would be dark on here, I'll just add this here. And obviously these things, I guess I could make those a little bit darker. This, we have, what else? Mirror stuff. Let's just make this part the dark one. Alright. And that's gonna be the rear view mirror. That probably needs a border on it. Anyway, let's add in a lighter color for the, wait a minute. Oh, I see. That's because it was out there. Alright, I should probably use a darker color for here. That makes more sense. And yes, this will take quite a bit of time. Let's see. Slightly darker color for like these things here. I don't know. What was this part for again? It was like right here. Okay, so it was like the shiny parts. Anyway, I guess I'll just leave it like that, make a cool little extra effect. And all of the actual, what do you call it? All of the actual shading and coloring and stuff, I'll probably do all of those in time lapse, you know, just so I don't take up too much time. I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long or something, you know. Alright, so I can finally get the hang of this thing. I need some borders on those things as well. Alright, so the computer screen, let's make that just pure white. Alright, so I need a border on this here. Yeah. Alright. Not really feeling this. Okay, maybe if I slide this in just slightly, maybe, just maybe, this will work. Maybe pull this out. There we go. Alright, so this is looking decent. Need a border on these. Probably should have done this before I flipped it. But you know what? Actually, forget it. I don't need a border. Who cares? It's not going to be that big of a deal anyway. Whoops. And let's just go with the lights here. Alright, so everything looks finished. Let's just go with that for now. Actually, probably not that dark. Alright, that's done. Wow, 30 minutes. Alright, so let's select all of this. Let's change that to black. Looking good. I'll probably make the car orange, you know, to go with the pumpkin theme instead of red. And why does it look so strange? Aha. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I use the same color. Anyway, let's select that symbol. Let's call it Tesla car 1. Never know, I might make another one. Doubt it. Anyway, oh wow, I just noticed a huge problem. The lines in the center is totally different, but who cares? As long as the basic idea is there. So we're gonna need the word Tesla, and that is basically just a bunch of lines, and we're gonna have to look off of this. So it's, let's just make it a bright green. Alright, so it's a T like so, and then a couple lines for the E. Let's see, the X value is minus 262.4, so I'll have to remember that. Minus 262.4. Minus 262.4. Alright, and then I'm going to bring it down a bit. What? Alright, bring it down. 1, 2, 3. Nope, maybe just 2. Alright, so now I'm gonna paste that again. I believe it was minus 262.4. Alright. Alright, then I'm gonna bring that down. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so we got the E. That looks good. Let's do the S, and the S is basically the E that we're just gonna edit a little bit. I believe this was minus 262.4. Alright. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a bunch of stuff. Alright, so we're just gonna edit this a little bit. Goes down here, goes down here. Easy. Alright, so now the L is basically this area here. Actually, this area here and this area here. Let's do minus 262.4 and move it over. Okay, and just gonna drag this down till it connects. Actually, this doesn't even look like it connects, but who cares? With this one, I'm gonna have to do a little trick here. Minus 262.4 and whoops, okay, that's gonna be, it's gonna actually go below the symbol that I just made. So I'm gonna actually make sure it's lined up. Alright, so we're gonna do the A now, and that's gonna connect this down here, but the center one is gonna be gone, and it's just that easy. Alright, so, and the T might be a little bit off. Nope. Alright, so who cares? So we're gonna just drag this over like so, and we have our Tesla. So let's go ahead and make this a symbol real quick. Tesla logo, I guess. Tesla name, text, whatever. Anyway, let's go into this thing, and then we're gonna separate these things. The S will remain in the center, but these babies, they're gonna move over a little bit and over a little bit and over a little bit and over a little bit. All right, and then we're gonna just turn up the thickness of the line and change the color of the line. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened? Okay, there we go. And I guess I'll make it black for now. I'll change it later. Just wanted to stand out on top of the car. So I'm gonna drag it over here. Okay. And I can actually change the size of it. Whoops. Alright, I guess I could center everything. Alright. Change the size. Whoa. Should probably use the modify thing. Alright, so modify and transform. It's not there. Scale and rotate, that's what it is. I'm used to a different different name in what do you call it? Let's do 80% in fireworks. Alright, so that's good. Okay, not bad. Could be smaller, but I'll work with this. And again, I'll change all of that later. Now we got to move on to Mr. Dead Platinum. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman Platinum. Did you see what I did there? Alright, so what's the easiest thing to start off with? Let's just work with the outline of the body. And I really shouldn't have gone on to all this detail with it, because it just made my job a whole lot harder. Alrighty. Gotta start somewhere. Oh, I forgot to mention, for those of you who are still tuned in, in my recent video I mentioned that I was looking for admins for my page. I have gotten a few, about 3 I believe, which are really good friends of mine actually. And these are guys I trust to do the right thing with my page, so if you haven't already greeted them, go ahead and do so. I'll probably leave their names in the description, or at least Facebook names. So yeah, they'll be monitoring the King Draken's Epic Duel page on Facebook while I'm inactive. And I have seen that a lot of people are somewhat frustrated with one of my new admins for whatever reason. To me, it seems like it's mostly jealousy, because a lot of them did want to be admins, but because this individual became an admin instead, they all seem to be mad for some reason, and I don't really get that. Anyway, you can't really hold someone's past against them if they're trying their hardest to change. And I need to redo this fist because I screwed it up. If somebody tries their hardest to change from what they used to be for the better, you can't really hold it against them. I think people who do that are just heartless. It's good to see people change, man, for the better. But I mean, if they're friends with you for a while and then they change to, well, they start being a you-know-what, then that's not for the better. So That's somewhat annoying, I should say. Alright, I'm just gonna make some wacky points here. I don't really want to go along with what I actually drew, because it doesn't really matter. It's just fluffy stuff around his arm. Oops. Probably curve these later, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Let's see. Oh, I know a lot of you are going for this contest that I'm doing this for. So yeah, I mean, I wish you guys the best to win it. You know, I don't really need it, to be honest, but I'm still just doing it because it's a fun little project to do. I get to work on my craft, you know. Probably show my stuff, you know, because some people think that I'm not really good at artwork for some reason. I guess they haven't seen my videos. Alright, I should have done the smart thing here. Just use the guideline, and I'll use that line later to do this. So everything is nice and, what would you say? Nice and organized. Still looks a little bit off. We could change that by moving this down a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Alright. And then we get rid of these. Then we'll color it later. Alright, so that arm is done. Let's just get these things in here so I don't forget. Very simplistic fist. And I'm missing one, but it's not that big of a deal. There we go. Alright, very simplistic. Let's bring this down a little bit. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Don't think this is needed, but I'll still add it. Alright, moving on. Gotta keep it moving. Let's just do the body because that seems a little bit more easy. The head is more detail oriented, so let's go with the body. This comes up. This is a nice big curve around. And then this thing here, whatever this is. And then down with the abdomen. Alright, or the back, I should say. Then going around. A whole lot simpler. Alright, so right here, as you guys can figure, in all the pictures I could find of, you know, Chairman Platinum or any character in Epic Duel, really, they all have either front or side views, and the front views are usually from like previews of the character, you know, and side views are like from battles or whatever. But you rarely find a view, you never find a view from behind, so all of this I had to really guess based on how the front and side views look, you know. And I'm not 100% right on them. I understand that. See, I do have some freedom when it comes to drawing these things. You know, I can guess on certain things, I can be creative with certain things, but for the sake of this artwork, I'm going to keep it simple. I don't want to get too carried away with details as I usually do. I believe this was, yeah, this was like the collar thing from a side view. But anyway, let's just make it like that, actually. Yeah, let's give him one of those things. And I guess this could serve as like a video tutorial for those of you who've been asking for it. Alright, let's do it right there. Remove that and put it a little bit closer. Like right there. Alright, and then we're going to curve it in a little bit. Curve that. Oops. There we go. And then this, I believe, is like the end of the collar, because the collar extends all the way around, you see? Anyway, let's just get the basic shape of the head in while we're at it, so I can do the fluffy stuff on the other side. Oops, that doesn't look right. Let's give him a curve here. I have been hearing that some people, I don't know who, but some people have been resorting to Googling images of pumpkins and submitting them as their entries. You know, that's kind of, you know, lazy. Not really kind of, it is lazy, you know. But I'm pretty sure those people will be found out. You know, it won't be... Actually, this part's going to be entirely black except for the hair. So I have some leeway here. I can just... Actually, does he have spiky hair? Yeah, he does kind of. You can see it there. Alright. Yeah, some people, I don't know why they're doing this. It just... You know, some people are working really hard on this, you know. I know people who actually went out and bought pumpkins just for this contest. So for someone to just Google an image of a pumpkin and then submit that as their entry, a carved pumpkin, when it has nothing to do with Epic Duel, that's just pathetic, you know. And it's an insult, you know, to the Epic Duel staff and their, you know, their contest. But anyways, let's get the eye. I'm actually leaning my head, breaking my neck just to see this thing. And yes, there is an easier way. I could easily flip this image around, but I don't feel like going through the hassle of having to flip it back around. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of make his eye like half open and stuff. Give him like a dead expression, or a empty eye expression, as they say. Most of you probably don't know the connotation of that. Anyway, let's just stay focused here, because we got a lot to do. A whole lot to do, and I have to record it all, and my poor little computer is going to throw a fit when it's time to save this video. It'll probably crash and I'll lose everything, so I really need to upgrade my computer, man. Alright, so his beard extends down here like a boss. Let's give him a partial thing right there, part of his beard. Or let's give him the top part of the beard right there. Let's see, something like that. And then curve these around so it doesn't look too douchey. Funny thing is, I used to have a beard similar to this back in the day, but you know, nowadays I prefer to have my beard all over, you know, like a full face beard. I don't really like to shave it much, but if I do, I shave it so to the point where I still have the sideburns and stuff showing. Alright, so this looks good, and yes, I can barely see it. from this angle, but this side of the head will be dark. Actually, let's just go ahead and put that in there right now. All of these points will be to mark the darkness of the face. Oh, oh man. So let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, he does have hair going down here somewhat. Let's just give it a slight bushy feel. Slight, ever so slightly. Alright, let's zoom out and see what it looks like. Not too bad. We don't need this thing going in the back, but I guess to give it some separation. 400 is too much. Nah, we don't need it. We do not need it. Nope. Alright. So, let's do this part. This leg looks easier. And yeah, man, I'm glad I went back to do some of these artwork to sketch it, because all of these extra details that identifies the character as Chairman Platinum, all of this I'd have to draw right now as I'm going along. So that would have taken a whole lot longer. Right now I can just follow the guidelines, you know, and add in some things that I feel like adding in, or just follow the guidelines and leave it at that. So here, oh, I believe this comes out. Yeah, this is like a bushy rolled up pants type thing going on here, so we'll go with that. Alrighty. Up, let's get in that part. And I will have no comment on this area. Alrighty. Okay, we'll leave the circles and extra lines for later, but I might as well get this in. And this area here, when I was sketching it out, I was just scribbling because it's just difficult to imagine where this thing would be from this angle, you know? Because like I said before, you only get to see certain angles from the actual ED art, you know? So most of this was just me scribbling, and whatever looked right, I'd go with it, you know? So this looks terrible, I know it. So let's move this over here and just curve it down. I know it looks terrible, but that won't be the main point. And I guess you'll be seeing the inside of this area. I'm guessing probably the inside of this area. Alright, let's do it this way. Maybe, and maybe inside of that area. I don't know, I'll just go with that. Okay, the boot. Let's check the time real quick. 54 minutes, not too bad. The coloring, I'll probably get to that at about an hour and a half, maybe, or an hour and 10 minutes. And then I'll speed that up so you guys won't be here too long. And let's curve that around. Alright, so this is a tricky part. I need a circle here, or an ellipse, I should say, something like that. That looks good. Alright, and then this goes down there, this comes up here, Alright, looking good, looking good. And then we have this going down here, I think. Let's look at this other shoe. Yeah, it goes around like that, but curves down. Okay, and then curves back up. Up like that. I guess that line will do. Any more details? This strap going across. So this strap is supposed to be going across the shoe. So it should be curved. Slightly, ever so slightly. Let's zoom into 800 so we can actually set 800 so we can get a nice curve on it. And this is what I was talking about with me paying too much attention to detail. It's just a natural habit of mine. And I really need to get that in check, because this thing, I'm sure a lot of these details I'm adding won't be seen or even be taken as important in the final version, in the final product. You know, most people will just look over it, but it does give the artwork, you know, an extra, a good touch to it, a good feel to it. Shows that you actually put in some effort, you know. All right, I'll get to the lines later. As I said before, I guess this I'll just add in here, and these go back. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. Good job. I totally forgot to bring these in to the inside of the knee. I believe this would curve down. Anyway, let's just keep it straight for now. And then this would go in like so, and this would come in like so. Something like that. Alright? Alrighty. And I do like so, curve that in, and do like so. Was there a circle here? No, there's no circles there. So, and this was something, I'm sure you guys remember my artwork from 2012, last year's contest. I forgot what month it was in, but I'll probably double check while I'm editing the video. But yeah, in my artwork then, when we had to do the thing about account safety, and I did that thing with scammers and pretending to be moderators and stuff, that artwork, I spent a lot of time, meticulous efforts to replicate the artwork of Epic Duel, you know, as close to the original as I possibly could, you know, while still doing it myself. You know, so the rule was that you can't use screenshots. So that was my thing. I was going to do everything without screenshots, right? So I took an image and I basically redrew the entire thing as close as I could to the original, because I wanted my artwork to look cool. You know, I didn't want it to look, you know, look like I spent 10 minutes on it. Anyway, I actually spent about 3 or 4 days total on the artwork, you know. Anyway, long story short, I spent a lot of time on it, and it was not accepted because the artwork looked too much like the original. You know, that was the premise that I was told at the time, why my artwork wasn't accepted. It wasn't disqualified, but it just wasn't accepted. You know, oops, I forgot this thing here. And that kind of, you know, it was a disappointment, you know, and it was confusing. Not to mention the fact that at the time, the rules actually said that people shouldn't edit their artwork, and the person who won that contest edited his artwork, you know. But I was told that he got permission to, and blah blah blah, which wasn't specified in the rules. You know, we weren't told that if we wanted to edit our artwork that we should ask for permission. We weren't told that. We were told that if you edit it, you will be disqualified, you know. And so that's why I took the time to work on it, you know. Didn't want to have to go back and edit. But anyways, I didn't win, and I wasn't disqualified simply because my artwork looked too much like the original, you know. So apparently, when they say, you know, do it yourself, it's not really do it yourself. It's just do something that doesn't look like the original, you know. Do something that doesn't look like it's from the game, pretty much, you know. So from then on, I figured, you know, in my head that anytime an artwork is requested, you know, when it's a contest or whatever, that the expectation is that the artwork should look crappy, you know. It should look like a 3-year-old drew it or something. You know, that was the premise then. And that was mainly based off of my anger at the time. Because, like I said, I was confused, I was disappointed, and I was angry at the same time, you know, because I put a lot of work into it. It'll be like, you know, that's why I don't even spend a whole lot of time working on weapon suggestions anymore, you know. But if you put hours and hours and days into an artwork design, and then you're told that, you know, well, we're not going to accept it because it's too good, you know, it looks too much like our stuff, you know, that'll piss anybody off, you know. Anyway, ranting a little bit. That's cool though. It's okay to rant. Alright, these straps are probably too wide, but who cares? We're gonna go down here. And yeah, I mean, all of this effort I'm putting into this will probably not even pay off because, you know, the rules said that you need to be carving a pumpkin, but there was also a post on Twitter by Titan. He was responding to someone's question, and in that post he said that yes, his response was to a question whether or not it had to be a real pumpkin, and the answer was yes. But he then went on to say that you can think outside the box. So I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm thinking outside the box right now, and I'm doing an actual artwork that will have some Halloween themes to it, and a pretty funny premise to me. I think it's funny. Chairman getting run over by a Tesla car driven by Elon Musk. I think that's pretty funny. Okay, I need to zoom in for this because it's annoying me. Alright, I couldn't get the ellipse quite right. Oops. Alright, I need another ellipse right here. Alright, probably need to rotate it, maybe. Come on, rotation thing. Something like this. Oops. Knocking over my crackers here. Matter of fact, let me get some because I've been talking here, not eating. So yeah, I need my crackers. Oh man, I needed that energy boost. Carbohydrates, good for you. So yeah, also had a glass of juice beside me. Haven't been drinking much. Just here sketching away, talking. Let's see. And I will probably save this. No, you know what? I will definitely save this artwork and use it in a future contest that's related, I guess. Because you don't want to put a whole lot of time into things and then not have a use for it ever again. If necessary, I may put this in a portfolio. You just never know what you're gonna need it for. That's another thing. I need to get a website and start making a portfolio. Oh, I forgot a circle here. I know it looks like a black dot to you guys, a blurry dot, but it's a circle. I remember it when I was drawing, sketching. All right, and because it's like, actually it should have been flatter, but who cares? That's my response for anything right now. Who cares? All right, and that second arm, let's get that done. And then we can start coloring. Time check, we got 106. I should be done with this in about 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see if I don't find something to talk about like crazy instead of focusing. Actually, let's just drag this down here. End it there. Alright. And the shoulder goes there. I remember drawing that, but the fluffy thing will be hiding it. So let's just do the biceps. And I believe the back part is called triceps. Okay. I used to study the muscles a lot back when I was in high school doing weight training. And some people have a hard time believing this, but I'm actually about 5'7" and have been so since probably 10th grade. And I was extremely buff, extremely muscular when I was doing weight training. And that was in 9th and 10th grade. So although I was short, didn't really get picked on because nobody wanted to mess with me, pretty much. So for young guys in high school right now, if you don't want to be bullied, either have a pack of friends with you all the time or buff up, because these high school boys, they're wusses, if you're well built, chances are they won't try to mess with you. They probably run their mouth, but they would not dare try to bully you physically. You'd be surprised how much of a punk they all are, especially the ones who speak a lot. It's one thing with me when it comes to trusting people. I tend to trust the quiet person because they know how to keep a secret, and they know how to stay out of trouble because they don't talk a bunch of stuff. I'm just rambling on here. Alright, so these gaps will be indented. And this fist looked terrible, I know. But that's what I'm going with, so leave me alone. That is what I'm going with. So that's that. I believe I have everything I need. Yes, indeed, everything looks intact. I just need to color now. Time check 1:10. That was 4 minutes it took. All right, so I'm gonna do some basic coloring here. Let's just drag this down, go to references, and I'm gonna drag this all the way down here. Oops. Let's drag it down here so I can get some colors from, the character. All right, so his hair is this color. His skin is this color. All right, this thing here is that color. This thing here is that color. He didn't have this red thing on the side, but again, who cares? Let's just put it there, because why not? Alright, so this red thing is gonna be pretty much everywhere. And I'm only doing one shade. I am not going to go in there and do a bunch of extra shading. Because usually I do between 2 to 3 shades for my artworks. Nope, not this time, pal. My voice kind of cracked there. Anyway, these circular buttons, they're actually the E sign, but I'll just throw in some lines on them later. This other side of his face can be a super dark brown color. Oops. Oops. Alright, so I missed a part of his face again. And then his beard. Actually, this is part of his neck. So we're going to need the color of his beard, which is the same color of his hair. And then right there as well. Going to need the color of this, which is close to black. Alrighty. The color of this thing is right there. No, it's not that dark, because it's lighter. Yeah, there we go. It's lighter than the collar part. So this is basically the color, I think. Let's just throw that in there. Yeah, it's basically the same color. Let's just toss it right there, there. And then down here is that dark color from before. His pants is actually this color, but it has a bunch of shading on it. Alright, let's make sure I'm saving my things. The gloves, I forgot those. That color. And then the shiny part of the gloves is probably this color here. Let's just zoom in so I can do this right. Alrighty, should I do that part? Nope. So let's take this thing out. Oops. Decided against it after all. And make sure I color that in. Let's do his eyes while I'm zoomed in. So, dark red. We're going for dark red. Let's make his skin for his eyelid there. We need some dark red. We're gonna go super dark. Super dark red. Like so. But I'll probably give him a more sinister look around the eye later. Not now. Maybe later. Alright. Let's see. Zoom out to 100. Alright. So, what do we need now? The things around the kneecaps. It's this color. I'll probably have to remove some of these lines. Yeah, I need to remove this line, this line. Looks a little bit better. Okay. Alrighty. So this thing around the knee as well. Probably edit these later. The things around the pants, so they're pretty dark. Let's just go with the darkest part. That's kind of light, actually. Alright, let's just go with it. Go with the flow. Alright, the boots. This base color here. Okay. And a shinier color for the whatever that is. Soles of the boots, maybe? I don't know. Metal parts of the boots. And then this darker grayish color here for the inside. Alrighty, let's just go with this for the strap. Oops. I guess I didn't do something. Alright, so now we got to do the red. Let's just do a simple gradial here. Actually, I need to be in the color section here. Type radial. I believe I said gradial. Anyway. Well, actually, the center one should be that, and this one should be a darker red. Real dark. Maybe darker than this, yeah. Super dark. Whatever. Can't be bothered. Alright, so now we should have the radial, and we're just gonna color it in everywhere. There's a circle. I like how the radial affects these things over here. Maybe there's an inner shadow on those things. Anyway, let's see. Am I missing anything? Yes, I am. Let's just take these dark parts and color them in over here. Alright, and aside from that, I'm not missing anything else. So now I just need to change. Actually, let's lock the references. Just need to change the color of the lines to black. Let's see what it looks like. Not bad. Not bad at all. Maybe he needs a separate butt cheek there. I don't know. It just looked weird with that one butt cheek. Or some type of line here. I don't know. That looks weird too. Maybe a line here. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave it at that. Alright. Now we're gonna save the symbol. Gonna call it chairman dash platinum dead. Poor guy. I would give him some blood coming out of his mouth, but that might be a little bit too not PG-13. So I'll keep it simple. So yeah, I got basically everything. Now I just need to take a picture of the character that will be Elon Musk, and then actually sketch that out. You know what? I will probably end this video 120. Yeah, I'll end it here and make a second part to it. I mean, I do have 4 days left, so I'll end it here, make a second part, and I will see you guys then. But yeah, you basically see what I'm going for, you know, and you'll see the finished product pretty soon. So stick around for that. If you enjoyed the video and stuck around this long, please give it a like, and thank you for watching. This is King Draken signing out.